Veterans, have you heard of the VA's Foreign Medical Program? If not, don't worry about it. I got you covered. In today's video, I'm going to take you to the VA's website and share with you some VA claim nuggets about this program. So, if you are a veteran currently residing outside of the US, plan on moving outside of the US, or know a veteran that is planning on moving outside of the US and is service connected, this video is for you. Make sure you stick around. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne. I got a video for that Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. Today's video: what is the VA's Foreign Medical Program? A couple of veterans reached out to me and said, Dwayne, you have over 600 videos and you've never done a video on this topic. So I've done research, did the heavy lifting, and I'm going to bring that information to you today. But before we get into today's video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button. Also, have a surprise for you. My annual training is back. Unlock your VA disability compensation benefits. This training will be a 2-day virtual event and be held on August 26th and the 27th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, this event will not be recorded. So if you sign up, make sure you show up, okay? So today's video, VA's Foreign Medical Program. Anytime I take you to the VA's website, I think they're doing an awesome job in providing a lot of veterans with a lot of VA nuggets. But this website has a lot of information. And hopefully one day, hopefully sooner than later, they can use some of this knowledge and put it into the VA claims process. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is the VA's website. Okay. The link to this website, I'm going to put in the description section of this video. Okay. So let's scroll down a bit. And by the way, I am not logged in. All right. So Foreign Medical Program, FMP. If you're a veteran who gets medical care outside of the US for a service-connected condition, we may cover the cost of your care. Now, they just notified us of two things. I hope you caught it. For a service-connected condition, okay, we may cover the cost of your care. I hope you caught that, okay? Read this page to find how the Foreign Medical Program works and how to register. Now, when I found this on the website, I read the entire website, not the entire website, but this particular page, okay? A lot of veterans get in trouble because when the VA sends them information, they don't read the entire document. They don't come to their website and read the entire page as it pertains to the topic that they're looking for, okay? You have to do that. All right. Let's keep going. It says for veterans in Panama affected by recent fraud issue. The VA is saying we recently suspended many VA healthcare providers in Panama as part of a long-term fraud scheme. Okay. Now, I didn't click on the link here that says read more about the fraud scheme in Panama. But if you're a veteran that is currently living in Panama, know a veteran that's living in Panama, or know about this fraud scheme, please leave me a comment, all right? Because I want to hear from you. I don't want to read what the VA is saying. I want to read from you what happened, okay? I can only assume, maybe some of these providers were maybe overcharging the VA for services that they did not render, or who knows, okay? But let me know, all right? Now we get into eligibility, all right? Eligibility for coverage through FMP. If you get medical care in a country outside of the US, we can only cover the cost of services that are medically necessary and meet at least one of these descriptions. All right. So again, we can only cover the cost of services that are medically necessary and meet at least one of these descriptions. Now, before I read these and go over them, it was shocking to me because I'm thinking about what about the veterans that are 100% permanent and total? Okay. Because if you're here in the States, then they're going to cover everything, even if you're not service connected. But remember that first sentence that I read at the top of this page. Okay. The services are for a VA rated service connected disability. For an example, an illness, injured, caused, or made worse by your military service. Keyword, or the services are, are for a condition that's associated with a service connected disability that we determine makes the disability worse or aggravates it. For example, if you have a service connected condition of PTSD, we may cover the cost of care for a non service connected depression because of depression can be associated with PTSD and make it worse. I think that is a bad example because mental is mental. Okay. So you can say, hey, the depression is a symptom of my service connected PTSD. All right. But what if you're diagnosed with sleep apnea and your PTSD has made that worse? Are they going to treat you for it? Are they going to give you a CPAP machine? All right. So if you currently live outside the US, leave me a comment and explain. Okay. Because, like I stated, I had a couple of veterans reach out and they were telling me about this program. Okay. Then it says, or the services are part of care you're receiving as you participate in our Veteran Readiness and Deployment Program, VRNE. All right. I didn't even know they allowed you to be in that program if you're out of the States. All right. Here's what else you should know. You can use FMP only for care you get in a foreign country. We won't cover care or supplies you get in or from the US or US territories. For claims that result in a payment, we'll deposit the claim amount into the US bank account you have on file for you. Now, one of the questions I have also, I had a friend that went to the Dominican Republic and they had a VA health clinic there. Right? I can't remember. I want to say it was I don't want to even it wasn't in Punta Cana. I can't think of the other location, but he went, he actually took a picture of it. Okay. I don't know if that would fall under this or not. I'm assuming that it's for providers that they have identified. So, example like community care here. Okay. But again, if you live outside the country, let me know. All right. Or let all of us know, other veterans as well. How to register for FMP. You can register online, by mail, or by fax. You'll need your social security number or your VA claim number, also called VA file number. More likely, your social security number. Okay. Um, but going back up here, I want to talk about this. I'm curious. And I actually call the number because one of the questions I was going to ask them was, what if you on a visa and you're working in another country? Or let's say you're visiting a country and you're going to be there for 30 days. Okay. I called the number and it immediately said, you're going to be on hold for 30 minutes. And I was like, negative, Ghost Rider. I'm not waiting 30 minutes. Okay. But I will try again early in the morning or late in the afternoon before the call center closes because a lot of veterans, they do travel. Sometimes I go outside the country either on vacation, but I do plan on visiting different countries and staying up to 30 days. So if that is the case, how long do you have to be in that country before you can qualify for this program? And that was one of my questions when I called the number, but they didn't pick up. Well, they said it was going to be on hold for 30 minutes. Okay. So they said you can register for this program online, by mail. This form here, I'm not going to show it, but it wasn't long. They just asked for a little bit of information. It says mail your completed form to this address. Okay. VHA, Veterans Healthcare Administration. All right. In Spring City, Pennsylvania. Fax it. I probably would not fax it. Okay. Then they state here what to expect after you register. will send you a benefits authorization letter. This letter will list your service connected conditions that we'll cover. Now, when I read this, I immediately thought about the disability breakdown letter. And for those of you that do not know what a disability breakdown letter is, or you want to get a copy of it, what you're going to do, you're going to contact 800-827-1000 and request a disability breakdown letter to include the diagnostic codes. What this letter is going to give you is the percentage, the service connected condition, and the 4-digit diagnostic code. So when you get this letter, okay, this benefits authorization letter, and they say the letter will list your service connected condition, make sure you have that disability breakdown letter so you can ensure that the service connected conditions are on both letters. Okay. If not, you want to call them and say, hey, wait a minute. I got this benefit authorization letter, but it's missing this service connected condition from my disability breakdown letter that I got from the VBA's National Call Center. Okay. So you can go ahead and get that rectified. Okay. And again, how to contact our staff or change your address or phone number on file. This is very important. Okay. To give you some more valuable information. Now, option 3. Here's the number by phone. I call 833-930-0816. And they're saying Monday through Friday, 8:05 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. I will be calling that number at 8 o'clock in the morning to make sure I'm first in line. Or you can call late in the evening, maybe like about 6:40, but don't expect to get through. That call may just drop and be like, hey, our call center is now closed. All right. But then they give you a list of countries here. You can call if you're in Australia, Costa Rica, Germany, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Now, when you register online, it brought me to this website. I'm not going to log in. I did log in, and there was like 6 pages, but they say it should only take you about 4 minutes. All right. Register for the foreign medical program. That's the form that you can mail, you can complete, you can mail and or fax in. But right here, sign in to start your form. Okay. So they're saying it's going to take about 4 minutes. You click on it. I'm not going to sign in, but you're going to come here. And guess what, people? I have a video on how to update your login, okay? Because I think it was, I want to say last December, they came out and said, hey, there's a different way that you're going to have to that you have to log in to the VA's website. And in that video, I'm explaining how you do that, okay? So that way you can start and get registered using that particular login. So again, a lot of valuable information from the VA's website. They're doing a good job of updating this website, but man, why can't they just do that with the compensation claims process? Okay. So I guess everything takes time and wishful thinking on our part. All right. With that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button. And as always, share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.